Hello friends, another conflict has broken out between Israel and Palestine. At 6:30 a.m. on the morning of 7th October, while most of the Israelis were sleeping soundly in their homes, suddenly the air raid sirens began blaring. In a short while, thousands of rockets were fired at Israeli cities. Israeli Defense Forces estimated that 2,200 rockets were fired. However, the group Hamas claims that 5,000 rockets were fired. Israel has an Iron Dome system. It is one of the best air defense systems in the world. Whenever rockets are fired on Israel, it uses the latest military technology to intercept the rockets and destroy them mid-flight to keep the country protected. But here 5,000 rockets were fired within 20 minutes. This Iron Dome system also got failed. Thousands of people were killed and injured in Israel because of these attacks. This surprise attack is one of the biggest attacks in the last few decades that has been seen in the Israel-Palestine conflict. And it reminds us of the Yom Kippur War. Exactly 50 years ago, in October 1973, Egypt and Syria had launched a similar surprise attack on Israel. After that, a war broke out, known as the Yom Kippur War. And this attack is more or less than a full-scale war. In addition to the rocket strikes, Hamas launched a multi-pronged attack from the ground, sea, and air. The boundary wall on the Israeli-Gaza border was broken out by a bulldozer. Many Palestinians were seen entering Israeli territory. Some on motorcycles, some using motor-powered hang gliders to enter Israel through the air. Apart from this, Hamas also attacked Israel from the sea using speedboats. Many events took place within a day. A military base on the Israel-Gaza border was also attacked. An Israeli tank was captured. Many Israeli soldiers were captured and held hostages by the Hamas group. And the Israeli villages and cities on the border were infiltrated by armed terrorists of Hamas. Many innocent civilians have been killed here. Many are being held as hostages, and Israel has declared a state of war in response. The Israeli military carried out airstrikes in Gaza, in which thousands of Palestinians were killed or injured. Let's take a look at the map to understand the context of this situation. Israel and Palestine are located in the Middle East. In the north is the country of Lebanon. In the northeast there is Syria. In the east there is Jordan. In the southwest there is Egypt. And in the west is the Mediterranean Sea. If you zoom in on both countries, the area in the middle is the country of Israel. And the territories of Palestine are divided into two parts. One is the region of the West Bank, which is in the west of Jordan, and the other is in the Gaza Strip, which is in the southwest of Israel and borders Egypt. There are many Israeli settlements in the Palestinian territory of the West Bank. They are under Israel's control and are considered illegal by the United Nations and many other countries. The Palestinian territories in the West Bank are administered by Palestinian authorities under the control of Fatah, a political party. On the other hand, the Gaza Strip is controlled independently by Hamas. There has been a separate conflict between Fatah and Hamas historically. Hamas is an extremist Palestinian organization which is considered a terrorist organization by most countries. Canada, the European Union, Israel, Japan, Australia, the USA, and the UK designated Hamas as a terrorist organization. On the other hand, it is not considered a terrorist organization by Brazil, China, Egypt, Iran, Norway, Qatar, Russia, Syria, and Turkey. There are also some countries that consider only Hamas military wing as a terrorist organization, like New Zealand and Paraguay. This is geopolitically relevant because we will see how differently these countries are reacting to the current situation. If we look at the map of the current conflict, we can see that the Gaza Strip is shown in the red color, and the extent to which Israeli territory has been infiltrated by the Palestinian militants is shown in the blue color. Hamas military commander Mohammed al-Deif has named this attack Operation Al-Aqsa Flood and said that Hamas is doing this because Israel has committed atrocities on the Palestinians. And this is specifically a response of what happened in Al-Aqsa Mosque. If you want to know about this issue regarding Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, then let me know in the comment section. I'll make a dedicated video about this as well. For the Indian nationals present in Israel, the Indian embassy in Israel has issued an advisory that you can see on the screen. In case of an emergency, they can call on this number or can send an email to this ID. Israel launched its own attacking response, which was named Operation Iron Swords. Israeli Defense Forces, also known as IDF in short, have deployed their Navy, Air Force, and ground forces. Along with that, they launched drone strikes in Gaza. Israel's energy minister signed an order to cut the electricity supply in Gaza. To a large extent, electricity was supplied through Israel to Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said at a television address, "Citizens of Israel, we are at war."
אזרחי ישראל, אנחנו במלחמה, לא במבצע, לא בסבבים, במלחמה.
He said that the enemy will have to pay an unprecedented price. The defense minister stated that Hamas has made a huge mistake and Israel will win this war. A big talking point in this conflict is how Mossad, the world-famous Israeli intelligence agency, failed to intercept this attack. It is said that Mossad is one of the most powerful intelligence agencies. They have informants even in the Palestinian military groups. They are in Lebanon, Syria, and in different parts of the world. In the past, it has been seen that Mossad agents have carried out precise timed assassination of major military leaders. Sometimes by placing GPS trackers on vehicles, sometimes by using drone strikes, or sometimes by using mobile phones. Question is, despite being such a powerful agency, how did they not know that thousands of rockets were being stockpiled in Gaza? The fencing of the Gaza-Israel border has cameras, ground motion sensors, and regular army patrols are carried out there. Why did these smart barriers fail? Domestically, the Israeli government is facing a lot of criticism. The former head of the Israeli Navy told the Israeli TV Channel 12, that this is a huge failure on the part of the government. The entire country is asking about the whereabouts of IDF, police and security. He told the BBC that a major investigation has already begun regarding this intelligence failure. Look at this article from the Times of Israel. According to it, Egypt's intelligence officials had warned Israel repeatedly that something major was about to be happening, and allegedly those warnings were ignored. On the other hand, talking about international reactions, American President Joe Biden condemned this attack and said that the show rock solid and unwavering support in favor of Israel. The foreign policy chief of the European Union also said that he strongly condemns this attack and says that according to international law, Israel has the right to defend itself. They said that Israeli hostages should be released immediately. Iran, which has been one of the main supporters of Hamas, their foreign ministry said that the attack by Hamas was an act of self-defense by the Palestinians. The foreign minister of the neighboring country, Egypt, said that it is talking to Saudi Arabia and Jordan. In an attempt to diffuse the Israeli-Palestinian tensions, the Palestinian president Mahmoud Abbas told to the official news agency Wafa that the Palestinians have the right to protect themselves against the terror of the settlers and foreign troops. As I said, he is from the Fatah party, which governs the West Bank, and historically there have been conflicts between Fatah and Hamas. This has been the stance of our Indian government historically. India has always supported the Palestinians' cause of self-determination under various prime ministers, whether it is Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Manmohan Singh, or Prime Minister Modi.
लेकिन मध्य पूर्व के बारे में यह स्थिति साफ है कि अरबों की जिस जमीन पर इजराइल कब्जा करके बैठा है वो जमीन उसको खाली करना होगी.
But the situation in the Middle East is clear. The land which is occupied by Israel has to be vacated. Prime Minister Modi has actually been the first Indian Prime Minister to visit Palestine. Now the statement from PM Modi has expressed shock at the terrorist attacks and expressed solidarity with Israel and Israel's innocent victims and their families. And this is not surprising because Hamas actions fear is nothing but terrorism. Many disturbing videos have come up where Hamas terrorists have treated women and civilians in a way that cannot even be described in this video. It's very shameful that some people see them as freedom fighters. It is true that there has been injustice against the common people in Palestine, but killing the common people in Israel, such terrorism can never be justified. Hamas is a designated terrorist organization. Israel is a powerful country with a proper democratic government. This is why Israel should use its power responsibly. Some communal bigots are very offended by such statements. On one hand, there are people who want complete eradication of Palestine. They celebrate the attacks of Palestine, saying that none of them should survive, without thinking about the common Palestinians and what they go through. On the other hand, there are communal people celebrating Hamas terrorists. They are happy to see Israel being attacked. They want Israel to be destroyed, and that Israel should not exist as a country. When you come across such comments on social media, remember that you are a human being, not a vampire thirsty for blood. Warmongering is very easy when you are sitting far away. But think about it, if you were in the midst of this war, think about what the ordinary Israeli and Palestinian families are going through for life to come to a halt and to live in a fear that a rocket might hit your building at any moment. Israel is also trying to show that they are carrying out their counter-offensive responsibly. Recently, there was an airstrike on a 14-story building in Palestine, but before the airstrike, Israel had issued a 10-minute warning so that the people living in the building should evacuate it before the bomb could hit it. Such warnings have been given before, like the warning given to Fatima Bashir's family before the Israeli airstrike invade this year, or in August 2022, a 15-minute warning was given to Gazans before an Israeli airstrike. Although Israel claims this, but the truth is that in Israeli airstrikes, many Palestinian civilians have been killed. Although Israel claims this, But the truth is that in Israeli airstrikes, many Palestinian civilians have been killed. We hope that there can be long-lasting peace within these two countries. But looking at the current situation, it seems that this war is going to be continuing for a long time. I would suggest that to understand the historical context of the conflict between Israel and Palestine, what is the real reason behind it? If you want a detailed video about it, then let me know in the comment section. Thank you so very much.